What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakney, aka Brandon Lee TV, back at it again with another banger. Got two dope guests with me today. Coach slash consultant Drae Rice, Lamar Raynard, arguably the best quarterback in A&T history, one of the HBCU goats, and pretty much brought these guys to talk about some different topics as far as the 2021 recruiting cycle. With these guys getting this extra eligibility year, it's going to be crazy. Guys coming in, scholarships are going to be scarce. Also, we got Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, making that move to Jackson State. So we'll definitely talk about that and the whole HBCU experience. Fellas, appreciate y'all joining me tonight, man.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakney.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Hey, no doubt. So go ahead and tell us a little bit, Coach Drae. You can start about your background and what got you to this point this far. I know you do a lot with Ridgeview High School, very successful program down in South Carolina.
Okay. Well, first, like I said, a lot of people probably don't know, but I actually started off in college playing at, like I said, played at Fayetteville State. 4 years at Fayetteville State. Like I said, 95 through 99. Began my coaching career at Jack Britt High School down there. I was there the first 2 years that Jack Britt was actually built. There I was the head JV basketball coach and the head varsity and the head JV basketball and the head JV football coach at Jack Britt. From there, I was head basketball coach at Fairfield Central. I left from there, came back to South Carolina. To Fairfield Central, I was the head basketball coach there. Like I say, from there, I also spent some time at Demarcola, where I was the athletics director there, head football coach, and also coached basketball as well there. Like I say, from there, I spent some time on the college level. I did assist girls basketball at Allen University. Owned and ran an AAU organization for 7 years. Have one son. I have one son that's currently playing basketball at a Division I school, and I have one son in his senior year at high school at Ridgeview now. That's committed to play at a Division I basketball program as well. So that's me.
And Lamar, I know, man, you recently finished up your career at North Carolina A&T, arguably the most decorated athlete to come through there as far as football, owning a lot of records, man. Just take us back to you, how you got to this point. I know you still throwing that thing around a little bit, so let us know the latest with you.
Yeah, man. So, I graduated from T. Wingate Andrews High School 2014. And then I went on to play for North Carolina A&T from 2014 through 2018. We did really good while, I was there. We won 3 HBCU national championships, won 4 MEAC championships. So we did pretty good, and we're still rolling. So that's the good thing. Glad it didn't drop off. But, yeah, right now I'm a teacher. Right now I'm an EC teacher at North Meck High School, Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay. And I'm also the quarterbacks coach for the football team. So hopefully we can do well this year. Everything is getting pushed back, but no excuse. We still gonna make it work. But yeah, after college, I moved to Arizona, and I was with the Arizona Rattlers, and then COVID happened, and so I decided to come back and just get back to the youth. I think it was my time to shine somewhere else. So now I'm developing quarterbacks, and hopefully, they can do what they do.
For sure, man. Both you guys entrenched on that side of the field. I know, Lamar, you played basketball in high school too, man. I remember you used to get up as well. So, you was doing the hoop thing too. Coach Rice, I know Tyler Rice, your son that you mentioned earlier, going to James Madison University. Is it William and Mary
We
University?
going to William and Mary, man. Don't say that,
Yeah,
please. Don't
my
say
bad,
that.
my bad, my bad, my
You
bad.
let
The
started something
rival, the
already.
rival over there.
The phone we blowing up.
My apologies, my apologies, William and Mary. And I know he had some big time interest. You going through the recruitment process twice, dealt with the SEC schools. Lamar, I know you had some pretty big offers as well coming out of high school. Just navigating that recruitment process. What advice can you guys share? What's the most important part, and what's the most grueling part? Just going through that process, trying to find the right fit, and not always, going for the biggest name, but maybe going somewhere where you're wanted and really get a chance to play.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you go first, Coach.
Okay. Well, like I said, the biggest thing is, like you said, just trying to find the right fit. Like I said, one thing, in order to find the right fit, I think, with in our process, with my oldest son, it was just two different processes. And like I said, they're two totally different players, and they had two totally different processes as far as like what they wanted to do. Every kid, like I said, that could play, that feel like they can actually play. They have the dreams and the aspirations and want to actually go and play at a high major. They have dreams of playing at a high major. But as you go through, once you begin to really get into it, you have to, like I say, one thing we told our son is that you have prioritize some things. You have to make sure you find out what's important for you and what you want to actually get out of a school for you. For us, it was the first thing was education. The second thing for him was who really, really, really wanted him, who really had a need for him, and who he really trusted that he can actually be able to get on campus and actually get an opportunity to prove himself to actually play. So those were the two major things. And like I say, with that, like I say, came out of the process as far as like with my youngest son, William and Mary, that actually, that was his thing. Distance wasn't a big thing. He had offers. He had a Penn State offer. Like I say, he had a lot of heavy interest from other schools, like I say, major, high major schools as well. But we just felt like at this time, everybody he's been to enough tournaments, enough NCAA tournament, NCAA live periods that coaches know exactly who he was at that time, and we felt like if he sat back and he waited, kids, he felt like if we sat back and waited, that for the bigger schools that actually try to come in late, they're coming in because they couldn't get someone else. Like saying that was one, going back to the thought process and what was important to him. Settling is not, that's them settling to get you. How would that put you in their thoughts and also put you in their program? Right. You want, like I say, you said you want to be a priority. You want to go someplace where somebody wanted you. Somebody wanted you, and not because they couldn't get someone else. So that was a big thing. One of the big things in our process and in our family's process.
And Lamar, I know you went through a similar process as far as navigating schools, won a state title, a very sought after, accomplished quarterback coming out of the high school ranks. What was that process like for you navigating and then settling in on a HBCU where they already had a history, but I feel like you guys really took it to the next level and got some national recognition as well?
Yeah, like Coach said, my biggest thing was going somewhere that wanted me. So for A&T, I know they came in. Delaware State came in first, and the A&T came in right after. And after I had my meeting with Coach Ricky Bustle, he was the old offensive coordinator in 2014. Mr. Hooker, y'all know Alan Hooker, another great legend at North Carolina A&T. He called me.
Yeah. Is he Henderson's dad?
Hendon dad. Yeah. So his younger son is at A&T right now. He's wearing my number that I wore my freshman year, so that's pretty cool. So
he was a bad boy at Ragsdale last year.
He was good too. Yeah, he was good too. So he called me and said that He said, "Man, I want you to come to A&T. I want you to break all my records." And coming from a quarterback, it's like, man, it's kind of crazy. You saying that you want me to break your records, like, you want your record to stay in the record book. He told me straight up. He said, "Man, look, I want you to come and break my record." So I was like, sat down with my family, and I was like, "Look, my family comes to all the games. A&T is a great school, a great place to play." And I was like, okay, let's do this thing. And like Coach said, man, you want to go somewhere that wants you. So I know I had a lot of interest, like ACC schools, but they kept waiting out. They wanted to see if they can get somebody else. And so how would that be for me? If I got there, I would get there, and they'll treat me like nobody. They didn't want me from the get go. And so it's for a lot of young athletes. Don't look at the bigger names. If you can ball, they can find you. Look at Tariq Cohen. Look at Tony McCray. Look at Daryl Johnson. Look at Brandon Park and all the other athletes that came out of HBCU schools, man. If you can ball, they're going to come get you regardless, man. Mm-hmm. Y'all see Tariq just signed that great deal. And
he did, got paid.
Yeah, man. My boy Tony got paid, and it's a lot of cats from HBCUs. It's a guy that from South Carolina State just won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs, So if you if you can ball, they're gonna find you. So for the younger athletes, don't stick on the name, because you can go to Alabama and sit on the bench all 4 years, because they getting a 5-star every year. Let me say that right now. They're gonna get a 5-star every year. So it's gonna be hard. I mean, if that's what you want to do, you know what I'm saying, do your thing. But if you want to play, you want to make a mark on the school, then do that. And I feel like, that's what athletes need to start, navigating to, especially these smaller schools. I mean, like I said, like if you can play at a big school, go ahead and play, show your talents. But if it's up in the air, and you feel like you can go somewhere like an A&T or Fayetteville State or HBCU, or Division I, Division II, go there and just ball out. And I think that's what I did. I took advantage of my opportunities, and I know a lot of other players did too. So that's what I said. Recruiting process. Just really see what's best for you, and also see what kind of education it can give you. Don't just go anywhere that, you know what I'm saying, if you want to major in something that doesn't have your major, but you want to play football. I mean, football not gonna last forever.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Sports, period, is not gonna last forever. The NFL, the average time for the NFL, if you make it, is only 3 years. So what are you gonna do after the 3 years? You don't have, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you leave. So with that, man, just make sure you can go and get a great education and go somewhere that really wants you, and go ball out wherever you go, man. Make a name for yourself. That's all I really have to say on the recruitment part of it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people think that because you choose to go to a smaller school, or you choose to go to a mid-major school, they think that you're ducking competition. Definitely not. If you look in the NBA, I think the top guys in the NBA either didn't come from college, or either came from overseas, or came from a mid-major school. You're talking about Dame Lillards. You're talking about who else? You're talking about CJ McCullough,
Steph Curry, CJ McCullough.
Man, I'm just saying, man, you got to go where you're a good fit. You got to go. You got to put your priorities out there, what you think is important for you, and you just got to stick to your to what you believe in. Like I say, I'm not gonna call it. There was a school that came in. I've actually never told Tyler about this. After he made his decision, allowing people to know that when he was going to make his decision date. Like I said, a couple of days prior to him making his decision, I got a call from a school asking, listen, our situation has changed. We definitely need a guard. He can play, and we told you all before that we know he can play on this level. We got some kids that actually, that actually moved on. We didn't want to offer him because we didn't want too many guards and end up in a situation like everybody's transferring like we're in now. And, I had to tell the coach, we was on the phone, but I would have looked him dead in his eye and I told him, listen, our number one priority is we're going to go where people want us. And we, like I said, I think we got a pretty good decision and a pretty good, we've nailed it down to the guys that actually really want him for his talents and also for who he is. So went forward with that, and that was a really big school that actually gave the call. So just didn't want them going there regretting, going there and with nobody believing in them, nobody on the coaching staff believing in them, giving them an opportunity to play. So that's why we made the decision that we made.
And you made a great point about the transfer portal, man. It's like NBA free agency out here right now. I know Lamar, after you won that first title, man, I know some bigger schools were probably reaching out to you and looking at, people are always trying to pick out the FCS quarterbacks and pluck them to the bigger schools. You was really loyal to A&T. What was that process as far as, staying there, winning some big games? You guys beat ECU, a couple FBS teams. And, what was that process like for you?
So after winning in 2017, that's the year that I won the Player of the Year, and that's the season that I broke like a lot of records. So people wanted to, what you gonna do for you want to grad transfer and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, A&T was the team that stuck with me when I was the 165, 170-pound kid trying to put some weight on, and they still working with me at the end of the day. So I wasn't gonna trade up there for nothing. And I gained relationship. It's just not about football, like I said before. You gain relationship everywhere, with the football team, with the coaches, with the professors, with the cafeteria ladies, with the police officers on campus. You just gain relationships, especially like when you have a big name, everybody respects you. So why would I go to another school and nobody knows me? Who said I'm gonna even start if I go to the other school? So I go to the other school and sit on the bench. Just for instance, I sit on the bench, not play, and I wasted a year. So I said, you know what, let's just keep train rolling at A&T. I never thought about leaving. That wasn't even in my mind about leaving. I was gonna stay the whole time, get my degree from A&T, and ball out for my last year. And like I said, we won again our senior year HBCU National Championship, so it all worked out. But it was never in my mind to leave them, but that's what they try to do. That's what a lot of schools try to do. They see you have a big year, their junior year, and they and if you redshirt, it's your senior year in the classroom, so you graduate, so you have a grad transfer year, and they want to see what you do. But I mean, I feel like stay. I mean, if it's best for you, like you can do that, and all respect to you. But you know what I'm saying. Always remember that's the school that went out and put their name on the line for you. And that's what A&T did for me and a lot of other players. So, and that's just for a lot of schools. So really, really think about that and make the best of what you can while you're at your school.
Coach Rice, I know you got a lot of guys that come through with a lot of different backgrounds that offer advice to in your services. As far as that and your personal experience, like how crucial was that being at an HBCU and getting shaped? And especially, I think it's something more kids are thinking about now with like the energy and the kind of the shadow that we going through in this country right now, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, like I said, with the going to HBCUs, I'm definitely for HBCUs. Like I say, as a matter of fact, it was like I said, the A&T actually offered is the only HBCU that actually offered Tyler.
Wow.
And like I said, that they were actually one of our top choices. As far as actually going there, I had a really good visit. Like I said, the coaches, they like I said, they felt like they believed in Tyler. We felt like they believed in him to actually come in and to not necessarily start, but to come in and actually be able to contribute early or give an opportunity. I keep saying to be able to contribute, to come in and have they believed in him enough to give them the opportunity to earn it, to actually contribute. Like I say, with Fayetteville State, what Fayetteville State actually taught me. I came from a small high school. My high school, actually, when I graduated, my high school was 320 kids in that school. If 320 kids, I might be boosting it a little bit. And like I say, when I played football there, and to this day, actually, also to this day, because I didn't go to the game this year, but I heard someone actually told me that this year they only have, we're playing football in South Carolina, so I don't know what y'all doing in North Carolina right now.
Yeah, I seen y'all down there rocking, man. Y'all down there getting it in.
Yeah, but to this day though, we got kids. I think they say we had they counted 19 kids on the sideline. 19 kids on the suiting up on the sideline. But what it does for you though is it actually gives you an opportunity to learn different positions. When I came to Fayetteville State as a actually when I met and I came to my recruitment visit, I came in looking to play defensive back. I actually had to bring my tape. We had VHS then, so I bought my tape, put it in, and it's like, well, who's throwing the football? Because we need a quarterback, and I didn't want to say anything because back then I knew, like I said, the only way to the league for the only way to the league, for a black kid was playing defense or either playing at another skill position on offense. I really didn't want to say anything. But my coach was in there. He said, "Well, that's Drae. He's throwing the football as well." And it just so happened the game that I bought, I threw for 284 yards. We were the first. We was one of the first teams to start that run and shoot. But like I say, but thank God that that I was able to go to a smaller school to be able to play other positions that'll allow me to get on the field. When I came to Fayetteville State, like I said, when I got to Fayetteville State. Like I said, they had me in as a quarterback, but eligibility issues was going on as far as with my school and getting stuff to Fayetteville State and from my high school. The first 2 games I had to sit out because something was done wrong through by my school. So at that time, the first, second, and third string quarterback was already made. So what I did was actually went over to the wide receiver position, and I was actually running routes, catching balls, and going through one-on-ones. My first day when they came to me, like I say, the Friday prior to the third game, and my man told me, say, Drae Rice, you're eligible, and the coach said he's the first wide receiver going in. And like I say, that was all she wrote. And I with these kids these days, I tell them that story every time that I see them. When you go there, they're gonna, like I said, when you go there, they're gonna treat you like family. When you go there, they're gonna treat you like they're gonna treat you like they're your son. They don't want anything bad to actually happen to their son. They want all success for them. So that's the way that they've actually treated me as well. And also all my other friends that was there.
What's the biggest adjustment as far as managing that load? Because I know the scheduling and the time management is just so much different for a college athlete. What's the biggest adjustment you guys stress to these kids to kind of prepare them for that next step?
Yeah, it's tough. Just know it's tough. You don't have, mom and daddy wake you up every day. So it's tough. You just have to be responsible. Take advantage of your resources on campus. And it's time to grow up. I mean, you on your own, and it's time to do what you do. I didn't have the best freshman year. I'm not gonna be honest. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't have the best freshman year going into college because it was new. You on your own. Different things. You have football, social life, and all that good stuff. And it was tough, and I had to really buckle down, and I had to realize what I was there for and what was paying the bills, and football was paying the bills. So I didn't want to get my scholarship took. I'm doing anything crazy. So you really have to buckle down, and it's time to grow up when you step on that campus and represent not just yourself, whatever religion you believe in, and your family. So. So that's my really biggest take. Just make sure you take advantage of your resources. People are on campus, especially if you're an athlete, especially if you're an athlete. People are on campus to help you, so make sure you use your resources and ask for help if you need help. You know what I'm saying? Get acquainted with everybody. Hey, how you doing? My name is such and such, so they can see your face. It wouldn't be anything new to them, just like it wouldn't be anything new to you. So it's tough, but I mean, you basically grown now, so it's time to grow up, buckle down, do what you're supposed to do in the classroom, and do what you're supposed to do in your respective sport. So,
yeah, it's funny you say that the biggest adjustment is time management. Well, my oldest son is a senior playing basketball at the Citadel right now.
Ooh.
So as far as like time management, like I say, it's I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it,
It's a
but
military academy down there, man.
oh man, he the first year he's calling home, calling home, calling home. So I called him and told him stop calling your mama because you got. I mean, that's what you chose. That's what you got to see it through. Bottom line, you got to see it through. And he's been doing really really well. Like I say, you got to balance. They told him straight up, listen, you got to balance being a student, being an athlete, and also you gotta balance being in the core. So you're talking about getting up 5 a.m. every morning, except for Sundays. 5 a.m. every morning, except for Sundays. For we call it roll call, but they call it I forgot what they call it. But you're talking about you can't the first year you can't go back in your room and lay down until 11 o'clock at night. Getting up at 5, can't lay down until 11, and also got to do basketball, weight training, study hall, all that type stuff. Every hour, every single hour of your day is already scripted for you. I mean, like I say, hey, like I said, some of the parents on the team, they say, I'm glad my son came here because I know where he is at night. But I said, wow, I never thought about it like that. But But you're right. You're absolutely right. That time management is absolutely crucial. Absolutely crucial. My first year in college, I like I said, I didn't have the best first. I didn't have the best first. I didn't have the best first half of semester. I think I had 2 C's, 3 D's, and an F, something like that. And then my coach said, "Look, son, you about to." Well, he told me. We about to send you home. And then I got a call from my mom. I'm like, how you can't call my mom? I'm grown now. and she told me, you can't come back here.
All right.
So, I mean, like you said, I had to get refocused, and I had to, had to remember why I was there. Football, and also I gotta get those books in order to be able to play football. But I mean that was an eye opener for me, and that actually turned my student life around. So,
Facts. Hey, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate my guest today, Drae Rice, Lamar Raynard on. We'll be back with more, so y'all stay tuned, man. Quick commercial break.
Success that you guys have. Yeah, he has. Everybody has. I feel like everybody has an opportunity at A&T for A&T football. Everybody have an opportunity.
Yeah, man.
Like that's been success when it's team success. Individuals get rewarded.
Yeah, I'm telling you. When you win it, man, they gonna come find you. And when you playing them extra games, they gonna come see you. They don't have nothing to do. They have nothing to watch.
Let's talk about it.
That's the thing right there. You play them extra games. That's what brings the pro money right there. Them extra games.
That's when the scouts come out, man. There used to be at least like 6 scouts at practice like every day, because we had a DN that left early, and at HBCUs people don't leave early. And we had Bam.
That's rare, yeah.
Yeah, Daryl. He played for the Bills right now. This second year he graduated with me, and it used to be me and him. They used to come out every day, and I'm telling you, it's crazy because Daryl was probably 240 in college, 235, 240 playing DN, and then right when he was training, they sent him to Atlanta to train. Man picked up like 65. I mean, not 65. I'm sorry. He went to like 265. Yeah, he went to like 265, running like a 4.6. Oh, yeah. I'm like, goodness, great. He came back a whole different man. Like, oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah, but yeah. He I think he starts now from for the Bills, and he only Bam probably on like 23, just turned 23. So I mean, he left early. He left college early.
That's
like I
crazy.
said, you don't do that at HBCU because you got to get all your years in. You got to get all your years in. I feel like the only person that could have done that was Steve McNair if he wanted to.
Steve McNair.
That's the only person he wanted to.
Steve McNair was he was hands down the best quarterback in the nation that year, man.
I watched his highlights and I was like, bro, are you serious? What he was doing to folks? Like, it was like you could watch his highlights and really eat popcorn while you watching his highlights. It's so fascinating. Like, I'm
Hey.
like, man.
What's up, everybody? I appreciate y'all staying locked in with us. Got Drae Rice, Lamar Raynard with me, live with Brandon Blakney. We back at it. Now, both you guys play the HBCUs, players turn coaches, man. I know a lot of headlines have been around the HBCU ranks right now with Deion Sanders, probably the most popular coach in the FCS right now in the HBCU culture. Making that move, man, he's already ramped up, the reputation of the school. They're bringing in extra money already. What does an impact hire like that do for the culture and really to just attract attention on and off the field, in y'all's opinion?
Man, it's big. For him to go to Jackson State and be the head coach for them is big. And now you're gonna see. I mean, you've been seeing it probably for the last year and a half, 2 years. That people becoming high school, like a lot of 4 or 5 stars been going to HBCUs, and you're seeing a lot of transfers. But I think it's gonna be big for Jackson State. It's gonna be a lot of DBs. I'm telling you, he's gonna get the DB just because he has the resources. He knows what it takes to go to the NFL. So people are like, I want Coach Prime to coach me, and that's like Nick Saban. He's been having all the success at Alabama. He played DB, so he knows what it takes, and his DBs are doing very well in the NFL right now. So when they see that, they're like, okay, Deion Sanders was one of the best DBs that the league has ever seen. And he has a swag about himself that nobody can touch. So players gonna want to go there and play for him, definitely. But to be honest, I don't know. Alcorn, man, I don't know. It's probably gonna take a couple of years because Alcorn has a good program. Alcorn has a good program over there.
Y'all battled the boys a few times.
Hey, look, I ain't trying to be cocky, but we gonna keep that on the swag, man. They can't mess with the MEAC boys. They can't do that. So I'm just trying to talk highly of them right now. So they are a good team, and I know their quarterback, and their quarterback is a very good quarterback. And he has a chance to go to the next play on the next level. So but yeah, I feel like they're gonna battle it out. I give them about 2 or 3 years, and they gonna do their thing over there, especially Jackson State, and not just for football. The enrollment is gonna go up. The enrollment is gonna go up. Just like for us, when we won that first Celebration Bowl, we had 30,000 more applicants try to come get into A&T. So when they start winning, you see Deion Sanders on an everyday basis. People gonna want to come to your school, and so Jackson State enrollment gonna go up. They already have a great band. Oh, it's gonna be lit in the South, in the SWAC. So I might have to go to a couple games down there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to a couple games.
He's definitely one word with him with Prime. One word, game changer. that's exactly what he's bringing to Jackson State. It's a game changer. It is going to be a game changer. He's going to get the recruits. Like I said, he's going to get the money. He's. I mean, like you said, who does not want to play for Deion Sanders? Who don't want to play for Deion Sanders?
Especially on the defensive end.
I mean, that should be illegal.
Right.
It's good.
I'm looking at Lamar. You made a real good point.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Coach. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say,
Coach Rice, go ahead and say what you was gonna say. A&T, they still got some weapons, man. I was saying we were at we were at the homecoming last year, and dude, y'all got some weapons. Y'all calling some names out there, some freshmen, some sophomores, man. I'm like, wow.
And the good thing about A&T, man, we got a D lineman from Virginia Tech, DB from Pittsburgh. I mean, we got a lot of players wanting to come and play for A&T. So I don't know. That's why I said I know it's gonna take a couple years. There's really no program that can change over 1 year. If he does, and then that's great. That's awesome. It is Deion Sanders, so you can't count him out. He might do it, but at the end of the day, it might take a couple of years to become a great program. And just know, man. Like I said, we're gonna keep down the swag though. Cause when we play the BAT boys, we ain't having none of that. As you can see, what happened in the last four celebration bowls, we ain't having none of that. So.
Man, they got that swag, boy.
Man, hey, I tell you, your boy Jermaine Martin is a grown man there this year too.
Man, and I'm so mad he didn't win Player of the Year, or at least it had a co-player of the year just because he rushed for 23 touchdowns, beat Rick Owens' record,
Facts.
and he ran for almost 1,800 yards. And I mean, it's crazy. You just see what he did. He had 200-300 yard rushing games. Who does that? Who does that? Yeah, that's crazy, man. And then so yeah, he has a year left and he's gonna play. So man, it's gonna be scary, man. It's hard. I used to watch him in practice, and it's crazy because when I was the starting quarterback at A&T, we had Marquell Cartwright, and he was a very good running back too. So we had a 1-2 punch. And the really thing, like I used to watch him in practice, and when we played Bethune-Cookman, when he took the ball 70 yards, and when I said like main weighs probably like 220, but he left everybody. I said, "Oh my goodness, this boy's gonna be special." And he did last year. He did his thing last year, so hopefully we can see something even better coming up.
It's like Wilmot Perry back in
He's
Livingstone.
a grown man.
Man, it's tough.
I know. Seeing the different levels of talent, man, both you guys. It's becoming, I think, more of a trend. People going to HBCUs, but these schools have always pulled in talent. Jackson State sent guys to the NFL. A&T sent guys. Winston State sent guys. Fayetteville State's has some great players come through as well. You're gonna see talent, like you said, wherever you go as far as that level.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree.
No doubt. No doubt. Just like you said, if you can play, they're gonna find you.
I'll say the difference between that, like I said, what I know here at Fayetteville State, as far as with us being inconsistent, was coaches having a better grasp on the academic piece of it. Like I said, we didn't have our coaches. Like I say, it just seems like we have a really good year. 1 year that I'm in, we have a really good year, and then we come back the next year, we have like 4 pieces to the puzzle. They're out because of academic issues. Like I said, I just think that on the higher levels, they have a better grasp on the academic piece as far as making kids or get. Actually, it may be a selection process thing in which they're recruiting guys that are serious, and want to be pros and want to do what it takes to be pros. But like I say, with the Division II, I'm just speaking for Fayetteville State. That's the one thing that actually kept us from being really, really good. So consistently,
right? And Coach, that's a very good point, because at A&T, and I know they have more at bigger schools, but we probably had 16 to 20 athletic advisors. So with that being said, we probably had 3 assigned to the football team, and they stayed on us like nobody else stayed on us. Shout out to Miss Ella and Miss Allen. They stayed on us 24/7, made sure we did our work, made sure when we traveled, we had our work completed, made sure they were on the bus. We had a study hall bus. So we would take 3 buses. If we didn't fly, we would take 3 buses to away games. And if you had study hall, then you on that 3rd bus with the computers, Wi-Fi loaded, and you get your work done. And if you don't get your work done, there'll be consequences. So A&T, they did a very good job, because I know before I got there, a couple years before I got there, we were in academic, trouble. So they wanted to change that, and they really did. They really kept everybody on the field. So big shout out to A&T and the other schools as well, that's making sure that the players are doing what they're supposed to do. Shout out to the players too for doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, see, our academic advisor was one assistant coach. So I mean, that's what we had.
A little bit different down there.
Yeah,
that's what we had. That's a lot different.
Yeah, that's different.
Now, looking at the schools and just that nurturing environment, getting there on campus, what is that experience like? Just kind of being at a place where people look like you, kind of relate to your background, relate to your upbringing somewhat, and can kind of help ease you into that transition.
Well, I'll say for me, at Fayetteville State, like I say, it was a blessing to see kids. My high school, like I say, when I grew up, my high school, it was a small high school, but we were 98% black, and that's not an exaggeration. It's not an exaggeration at all. Like I say, but the thing was that the ironic thing was when I got to Fayetteville State, I think Fayetteville State is like one of the most diverse black colleges out there because of Fort Bragg. We have a
For
lot
sure.
of guys that actually they come on and they take advantage of that GI Bill from the military. As a matter of fact, our golf team, our golf team is comprised of it'd be minorities to them of white kids, like I said, matter of fact, not only white kids, white men that are like in their 30s. They still got 4 years of eligibility. They've been playing golf all their life, and we consistently win the Division II national championship in golf. Check it out.
That's what's
Hey, that's
up, though.
tough. That's
what's
tough.
up.
But actually, but I mean, even with the black kids that actually went there, it was just I mean, like I said, they looked like us, but a lot of the people, I was surprised. A lot of the people didn't think alike, though. I mean, so that brought a different type of diversity.
Yeah.
They talked different. They thought different. You know, they just had different views of the world. Like I said, I mean, it was although we were all the same colors, but we also had a bigger diversity of ways that we felt inside and our way of actually getting it out, just getting it out and talking about it. So
yeah,
Hey, Coach, I was down there at UNC Pembroke, man, so I know how it is.
Yeah, man, it's good seeing your people on campus. It's good seeing your people on campus, and seeing you can go to the cafeteria and go to the library and go to the student union, and you see your people. And I mean, personally, it was just easy to make friends for me. You know what I'm saying? And especially when you create a name for yourself, it's just like they show you love, they show you genuine love, and so. You'll be able to talk, to everybody, and they talk to you back with love. So it was good going to HBCU for me. I mean, the best 4 years of my life, to be honest with you. If I go back, I definitely would, because this real world is not no joke. So for the athletes or for the students that's in college, enjoy your time, man. Enjoy your time, because man, I'm still working. It's 9 o'clock, man. Being a teacher, it ain't no joke. So. Enjoy your time, but make sure you have fun and you know what I'm saying, do your thing while you're on campus.
Mm-hmm. I know you're talking about like with my youngest son, he's going to William and Mary, which is nice, which is not an HBCU, but those are some questions that we had to ask, in reference to our in reference to with the coaching staff, and we actually were upfront with them and asked the questions. Ridgeview is majority black. Like I say, it's not to that extent of 90-some%, but it's what they call it's a majority black school with a mixture of whites, Latinos, and others as well. So I mean, that's a conversation we did have to have with our with our coaches, especially with this with the Black Lives Matters movement. We just had to be real and say, listen, my son's coming from this school. What are you doing with what is, first of all, what is William and Mary doing to make sure that everybody's included, and what are you doing as a staff to make sure that the basketball that everybody's included, and that the black kids in particular, the black kids are make sure that they feel like they're worth something. What are you doing? What type of programs do you actually have? We had those are the type of conversations we had to have. That's 5 hours from us.
Is that more of an emphasis now, you think?
It is. I really do think it is.
You guys think now?
Yes, definitely.
As far as like with with the going to a predominantly white school versus a black school, or how many kids that are
Well,
black. I think it is. I think it is, especially with this with the Black Lives
yeah, I
Matter
mean,
movement. I think so.
Right. Because
I
now,
mean, are parents paying more attention to that? You think now?
if not, they should definitely.
Just before sending if you sending your kids off, I mean, you are you paying attention to the coaches that have been quiet and not said nothing? Like, are you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, are people you think taking more emphasis now on that?
Yeah,
When I
definitely.
said we had to ask some questions, that's exactly what I mean. I mean, what are you doing? When I say what are you doing, as
Mhm.
far as like addressing or either what programs do you have in place? How do you feel about specific things? Those are questions that we
Mm-hmm.
had to ask, and we had to feel comfortable with the answer. In order for us
Right.
to actually send to make the decision or to go along with sending our child there. And like I said, we were pleased with what they're doing. Like I say,
Right.
outside of South Carolina, outside of in A&T, like I say, a lot of people wouldn't think it, but William and Mary, they were more diverse than all the other schools that actually offered Tyler. Like I said,
Right.
everybody else was like was was above 85, was above 80, was above 87. I think it was 87. That was the number, 87% white. Like I said, William and Mary was 70
Mhm.
something percent white, and everything else was just spread out. The other 25 to 29% was spread out among everything else. So, I mean, they're doing things as far as like changing names of monuments that they have, dorms that they have. So
Mhm.
they're intentionally going about it as far as trying to show that the black community is,
No.
and the black community and also the other community are welcome there, and they're a part of that they want them to be a part of their community. So
Lamar, you got anything to add on to that?
Yeah. I add on some. Yeah, it's very important to see how the coaches feel about certain situations, especially the Black Lives Matter movement, because it is big now. It's one of the top headlines now in the United States, especially sending your kid. Just for instance, if you're sending your kid down south to a SEC school like Mississippi State, or just for instance, a state that was known back in the day for heavy racism, and it's still some of that today. How can you know what I'm saying,
Facts.
protect my child? How can you keep my child safe? Because the child can be moving from, what I'm saying, North Carolina, New York, a good distance. So how can I know that my child is safe with you? So like I said, it's very
Mhm.
that's a topic that a lot of parents need to have for at least an
mhm.
hour while they're sitting in the living room and talking, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that, what I'm saying, your child is safe. And we want to make sure I'm giving my child over to you. So how, what I'm saying, sell me right now so I can trust you, basically. So what are you doing? And, it's a lot of coaches now.
Yeah.
A lot of coaches now, they're really, they're really not believing in the Black Lives Matter movement. You really need to take notice into that. You know what I'm saying? You need to see how coaches are
Mhm.
moving. And I know it was a coach. Well, it's a kid that transferred from a school. I don't want to say the wrong school, so I'm not gonna say the school, but it's a Division I school, and they were talking in the meeting
I
room,
know you.
and one of the players said the N word, and then the coach said something like, "Yeah, you don't need to be saying," and then he said the word too, and it threw the student off. It's threw the athlete off. He was like, "Why are you even saying that? Like, you can say you don't need to be saying what I'm
Mhm.
saying, the N word, but don't actually say the word." So the student, I
Facts.
keep saying the student, the athlete went on social media and said that he was transferring because he felt like something was shaky within the program. You just got to look at it's just the little things,
Mhm.
man. People will show their true character. So I feel like when parents sit down, like Coach said,
Yeah.
you at least need to
Facts.
have a couple hours of how how can you protect my child? Sell me right now so I can trust you, because now it's a crazy time. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get to a point where something's happened. You go down, just for instance, if you see your kid down and he's at a gas station and something happened between some racist people come to him and he's feeling threatened. Like you don't want that. You don't want to ever put your child in that
Mhm.
situation. So, coach, how can I make sure like my son is in a safe
Mhm.
place What are you doing to implement different programs, strategies on how the Black community, you know what I'm saying, feel safe? So, like Coach said, that's a very important point that I know that a lot of parents, especially for the recruiting process now, because when I was getting recruited, we didn't have that conversation. Obviously, it was still bad back in 2014, but now you seeing it's live on TV now. People, you know what I'm saying, on video, you know what I'm saying, the African American community is being treated, mistreated. And it is real. We're gonna call spade for spade. So definitely it's a conversation that you need to have with your coaches. See if they have relationships with the with like police officers in the community. See, it's different things that you need to ask. So for parents, make sure you write down them questions to ask. The coach should walk out of the player the family meeting. I forgot what it's called. Well, the meeting feeling like, oh my gosh, his family came prepared.
This family they home visit.
The home visit. Yeah. The family should, you know what I'm saying? The coach should walk out like, oh my gosh, like I'm over time, or I feel overwhelmed because I had to answer so many questions. They were on me. That's how the coach should feel, because now it's a time now where, it's not just about football, it's about life, as well. So Coach, that was a very good point that you brought up.
Facts, man. I definitely appreciate y'all joining me, man, getting it in. Let me go ahead and get y'all to let them know where to follow you guys at before we wrap, so they can tune in and follow you guys' journey.
Well, you can follow me at HTPro10 on Twitter and also on Instagram. Like I said, we're training kids down here in South Carolina, just like they're doing in North Carolina as well. So, like I said, we're getting them in. We got a breakfast club in the morning where we got some of the top players in in our area getting ready and getting prepared. Someplace to give them continuous development every day. So.
Yeah, and you can follow me at Lamar Raynard on Twitter, just Lamar Raynard, and then on Twitter, Instagram, Lamar another R then _7. And you know what I'm saying? If any kid, any student athlete, anybody, it's not football, any student athlete want to rap about the recruiting process, feel free to DM me. I'll give you my number. We can chop it up. It don't matter. I just want to make sure any parent as well too. I just want to make sure everybody's doing what's best for them at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, it's about you. It's about you getting the best education. It's about you going somewhere that they're gonna respect you, and about you going somewhere where you're gonna ball out at. So just feel free to hit me anytime y'all guys want to. And I appreciate Brandon for having me on, and it's a great deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Hey, no doubt, man. Thank y'all again for tuning in, locking in.
No doubt, man. Appreciate
you. Most
you.
Definitely. Y'all make sure to give my guys a follow, man. And we'll definitely have y'all on again, too, as the season picks up, as high school starts here as well. Lamar and Coach Drae, when you guys are wrapping up, we'll probably be starting. But we'll definitely have you guys on as well again. And, man, y'all keep locking in. Stay tuned and subscribe for all the latest. That's a wrap for us. You dig?
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.